Okay, we are back, and hopefully this time it won't mess up. Welcome to NC-17. I'm Josh. This is Lisa.
So
We are still lagging, but not as much.
not as much, no.
All right. Our sponsor today is Spin City slash Aesthetic Tape. They are in Muskegon, Michigan. They have everything you need: DVD, Blu-ray, anything physical media. Uh, we would also like to say congratulations to Amanda Denny, who is the main actress of the movie Flesh from Wendigo Pictures, as she is expecting her second child. Congratulations, and we are extremely happy for you. Okay, this and that. We're going to talk whatever, as
All
long
the
as it's
things.
horror.
Yep.
Hopefully, we won't lag. If we do,
We'll see what happens.
yeah, we'll just go into the techno age, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, so you said you had a story.
Yeah, so I was at Ipsy Pride yesterday, and that was really a lot of fun. And I ran into one of my coworkers there, and she told me something about someone called Lucy. And I was like, "Oh, hey, patient zero." and and she's like, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's patient zero in my novel." And she's like, "Wait, you're an author?" And I'm like, it doesn't occur to me that people don't just know that I'm a writer. So I gave her a copy of my book, and today at work, apparently she was going around telling everyone that they all work with an author, because then I wanted to buy something, and my manager was like, "So word on the street is you have a book out." Yeah, Cosmo, yeah, I do.
Oh man.
So, that's kind of exciting.
Oh yeah. Hey, you're finally well, now that getting out there, right?
I got recognized.
There
That
you
was
go.
kind of cool. Yeah. By someone who hasn't read it, whatever. Technicality. Yeah, I wanted that in film. I was like, you know what? Since we're going live tonight, I might as well tell that story.
Definitely, definitely. Any new horror movies you see lately, other than Terrible Tarot?
Well, that's the whole thing, is I haven't seen that many horror movies, so I'm calling out for everyone who watches to recommend some horror movies for me. I've seen all the Friday the 13th movies, the Chucky movies, all that good stuff, but I just watched what are we talking about today?
Evil Dead, or
I just watched Evil Dead for the first time, TBH.
Oh, hey. Let's talk about Dead and Breakfast.
Let's do that. Yeah.
I mean, that movie was. I mean, it's campy, but it's campy horror.
Yeah.
And it's got a good cast in it. I'm pretty sure if I start naming people off, the only one they're gonna actually know is old boy from Kung Fu and Kill Bill.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Zach Selman's kind of fun. He's on Spotify if y'all are interested.
Oh yeah. So the movie is pretty much about a group of people who are going to this concert, and their wedding. That's right. See, look. It's always good to be corrected.
Twice.
I've seen it 4 times and I can't remember. So
no, because I remember you said that, and I'm like, no, and then I rewatched it. I'm like, okay, it's a wedding.
Yeah, they're on their way to a wedding, and something happens to their RV, and I remember that, and they wind up going to this bed and breakfast, and this like talisman artifact thing.
Yeah. Sketchy.
Yeah, someone gets possessed, and a zombie apocalypse happens. Go figure.
Yeah.
But it was good.
It's all good fun.
Yeah. Especially the music scene.
I love the music scene.
Oh yeah. You know what though? The guy who was like narrating the movie, who's also the singer in that music scene, come to find out he's a real singer.
Yeah, he is.
I did not know that.
He's great. His Costco song is really good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it was a good movie. It's got Everett Carradine in it. You don't know who that is. Yeah. Not you, them.
I know.
It's got here we go, Jeremy Sisto. He was in Wrong Turn 1. He was a boyfriend who got shot with the arrows. It's sad that I remember that. But I can't remember they're going to a wedding. But nah, I don't know. What would you rate it?
I liked it a lot. I give it a 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
I want to say I'm going to go an 8.5.
Fair.
I wouldn't give it a 9 or a 10 for the simple fact I wanted just a little bit more. I mean, you did have that decapitation in it, but the way it was done was just funny. So Yeah, it was a good movie. It was a good
I
movie.
like that one.
Oh yeah. Uh, so I actually had somebody reach out to me and ask me what is the scariest thing that has ever happened to you, and they specifically said Lisa.
Oh, is that so?
Yes.
Um, Probably something medical. If I
Yeah.
may. I don't know, car accident maybe. That was kind of scary. I was this is dark, but whatever. You asked. So yeah, I was on the way to the gym and I was literally at the light. The gym was here, the light's here. And I went and this guy was in the turn lane to turn into the gym and ahead of me, and he didn't want to turn into the gym, so he didn't check his blind spot and he decided to uh, get in my lane.
Oh,
Didn't look in his blind spot. Next thing I know, I'm upside down.
that's crazy.
That was a fun day. I was listening to Harry and the Potters. I distinctly remember. And I was like, first thing to do is turn off the music, because if they hear you listening to the music, they're going to think you're insane and that you caused the car crash.
Yeah. Speaking of Harry and the Potters, what kind of music they sing?
It's really bad. They write songs about Harry Potter, but yeah, they were a thing for a minute.
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of Harry Potter, my wife is upstairs right now playing Legacy of Hogwarts or Hogwarts Legacy or whatever it's called. Yeah.
The Harry Potter game, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, I don't know. I'm intrigued with like things that happen to people that are unexplainable.
That's yeah.
Like I've had people tell me stories about how they've lived in haunted houses and stuff like that. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's like if you're telling somebody and they don't believe you, and then they like have something similar happen to them, and they still don't believe, would that be common sense era or would that be just a non-believer?
It's a non-believer.
Non-believer.
Yeah.
My
mom's that way.
Oh.
She refuses to believe anything. I'm like, come on, just have a little fun in life.
Oh yeah. Now there's a lot of unexplained occurrences happening every day.
Yeah.
Like every second of every day, actually. But what do you think of the afterlife? You think like people who like spirits who are here, are they like misguided and have something that they need to finish, or do you think it's just their own eternal hell that they live here in this planet of existence?
I kind of think, yeah, it's like a purgatory type deal. They're just kind of stuck here. But the thing is, like, we don't know what they need. Like, in all the movies and stuff, like, they can figure out why the spirit is stuck here. But, like, in terms of people who die in war and, like, stuck around, like, there's really no coming back from that, I don't think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know you hear all kinds of stories. Like, when I was young, I heard a story about a street called Knock Knock Street in downtown. I don't know if we talked about that.
I think you mentioned it.
Yeah, but for those out there who are new or going to listen, there's a street downtown where this kid a long time ago was walking home on a foggy day and got hit by a car and died. And they say if you drive down that street when it's foggy and stuff, that you'll hear knocks on the windows and stuff, but you roll your window down, nothing's out there, no one's out there. So I mean, that could be creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love those stories.
Oh yeah. But yeah, if whoever's watching, if you got questions, send them in. We'll do our best to answer them, and if not, we'll have fun trying to make ourselves not look like jackasses. But I will say though, like in life, every day is a horror to somebody. You got third world countries and stuff like that. I'm not going political because I don't talk politics.
No, we don't do that here.
But I will say that every single movie that's ever made that's a horror movie, someone can, unless it's like real monsters and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff like Sleepaway Camp.
Mm-hmm.
Someone can really go around be doing stuff like that. Friday the 13th, not so much.
Not so much, no.
Yeah, I mean, if I shoot somebody in the head and they don't fall, I'm pretty sure I'm going to run.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and we got to watch what we say because we don't want to get banned or anything like that or red flagged. But here's something: if you were in a horror movie, what type of character do you think you would be?
Probably like the reluctant leader. Like, I'd just be like, okay, fine, I'm the only one here who knows the rules. And rule one is figure out the rules, honestly.
Nah.
Yeah, I'd just be like, okay, guys, here's what we do. You need to listen to Lisa finally. My time has come.
There you go. Hey, she wrote a book about zombies.
I mean,
Trust me, she's right.
I'm totally not just referencing my book or anything, right? I think I'd be a slightly less reluctant than Adrian was, but I don't know.
I actually think you'd be a good leader.
Maybe.
Yeah. What kind of character do you think I'd be?
You're the comic foil.
Yes. I'm the one who makes it almost to the end, just not to the end.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, like the cliches of comedy and stuff like that and horror. Is it needed or is it not?
I think yes, just because you kind of it adds a different element to the stories when there's like funny moments. I think it kind of is refreshing.
Yeah. You take characters like just off the wall. You've seen Cabin in the Woods?
Yeah, that one I've seen.
So you take the stoner.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up comic relief.
Yeah.
But yet somehow still became the hero.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. And I mean, it's stuff like that makes me love those kinds of movies.
Yeah.
But then there's those serious movies like Evil Dead 1.
Mm-hmm.
So serious.
So serious, yeah.
Evil Dead 2, they brought the comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Then Army of Darkness was straight comedy.
Yeah.
Then when they did Evil Dead, the remake, I think they kind of pushed the limit of trying to outdo what they did in the first.
Yeah.
But, in the blood aspect, they definitely did. I mean, at the end, it was raining blood.
Yeah, I love that.
But Evil Dead Rise, and this is just a touch on it.
Rise, oh my God, yes.
That was great.
I love that movie so much.
Evil Dead Rise was so good and refreshing and kind of brought me back to part 1 and the remake.
Can I just say the elevator scene from Evil Dead Rise? Like, I would think about that in the middle of the night and just like not be able to sleep because that's so freaking scary.
Oh yeah,
like I just processed in my head like, what would you do in that situation? I don't know. Like,
oh yeah, and the real messed up thing is like a lot of people watch that movie and they're like, oh, Evil Dead Rise because they're in a high-rise apartment building. That's not what that movie's all about. Because spoiler alert, I know we don't like to do spoilers, but spoiler alert. The beginning of the movie, they're at a lake. Girl's possessed, comes out of the lake. It is now loose in the world.
mm-hmm.
That's what that whole movie was about.
Yeah.
And everyone who I try to argue that point with is like, no, it's because they were in a high-rise building. Okay, fine. You have a right to your own opinion, but at the end, the same girl who's possessed at the beginning gets possessed at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, sorry, didn't mean to spoil it, but spoil it.
Yeah, whatever. It's been out for a while now.
Yeah. Please believe me though, there's people who that don't watch movies at all.
I know.
And I know quite a few of them, but I don't want to name drop to kind of, but I just know that at the end of the day, when you're watching a horror movie, you have to be able to enthrall yourself into the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't, what's the point of watching it?
Yeah.
But Brent,
Under Paris.
the new shirt. It's actually on my queue to watch, Brent. I'm gonna definitely check that out. I'm actually probably gonna watch it tonight. So it looks good. Here we go. Better than Jaws or not better than Jaws? That's a question. Is it up there with Jaws? I mean, come on, Jaws is, you can't go wrong with Jaws.
No, Jaws is great.
But yeah, I don't know what kind of movies do you like about like sea monsters and stuff like that?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, Nessie's my favorite cryptid.
I asked my wife that question and she said Pirates of the Caribbean. I was like, that's not horror.
That's not horror. No.
She goes, The Little Mermaid. I was like, anything Little Mermaid is horror because that movie just, I'm not going to disparage it, but I didn't like that movie.
I didn't see the new one.
Yeah, the remake.
I didn't see it. No, I will not see it for my own reasons.
Don't waste your time.
Exactly.
Do you like methodical horror?
Yeah.
What's your favorite methodical horror?
Uh, oh, I like zombies. That kind of.
Zombies. Well, zombies to me is like everyone says it's a subgenre, but to me, in horror, zombies is the main.
Yeah, it's the main
Yeah.
thing.
Like Return of the Living Dead. I mean, Dawn of the Dead. You can't really go wrong with the classics. Night, Dawn, Day, Land, and Survival. All those are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Diary of the
Diary
Dead.
of the Dead. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, they each gave you a different kind of way of approaching the zombie apocalypse. And to me, it's like Night of the Living Dead always going to be classic.
Yeah. So good.
That was to me what Ace Ventura is to comedy. It's like it's up there.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame, definite. But I don't know. Other zombie movies that are lesser known. What would be some that you've seen?
I mean, everybody here knows Warm Bodies, right?
Yes, Warm Bodies.
The book was better. Again, just saying.
Yeah. But that was a zombie movie, but was that more of a zombie kind of like, I don't know, was that zombie romance?
Yeah, it was also comedy.
Yeah.
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 It was like they took Romeo and Juliet and made it zombies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you ever see Fido?
Which one?
Fido.
Oh yeah, I've seen Fido. Yep.
That was interesting.
I think Simon Pegg likes that movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of Simon Pegg, you can't forget Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. Yep. I was definitely just thinking about that.
Oh yeah, that's anything with like Simon Pegg in it is going to be good.
That's a top tier movie for me, just like across the board. Like I'm not even talking categories, but it's top tier.
Oh yeah. I mean the running gag, you got red on you.
You got red on you, yeah.
Like I'll be around people I know and they'll have something, ketchup or whatever. Like you got a little bit of red on you.
Yeah.
They're like, stop quoting that damn movie. But it's a good movie. But not a horror movie. But their other movie, Hot Fuzz, was good too.
Hot Fuzz, yeah, I liked Hot Fuzz a lot.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Some people didn't like Hot Fuzz, and I'm like, I don't get why you don't like that movie. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, to me that was. I don't want to say that was a buddy cop movie, but to me that was more along the lines of a reference movie because everything they did in that movie was a reference. Which was cool. So the only movie that ever scared me, I know I've mentioned it a couple times, the original Exorcist. Her head started spinning. I was a little kid. I was 7. I was like, that shit is not natural, and I left. Yeah,
but you were a kid too, so
that's true. But I didn't watch the entire movie until they finally brought out the version you didn't see, and let's just say still didn't sit too well with me. But I did sit through the whole thing.
Good.
I was working at the Ford One Me driving, and I was like, well, I'm not going to pay to get scared, so I'll go watch it for free.
Makes sense.
I don't know. There's just so much. It's like there's a movie that came out in 1990 called Spirits. It has Eric Estrada in it.
Okay.
And Brink Stevens and Michelle Bauer. So Eric Estrada, who played Pancho in Chips, if you guys don't know who that is, he plays a priest who kind of got out of the favor of the church and the Lord and stuff because he had intimate relations with a woman. And so he was visited by a bunch of spirits, but these were evil spirits. This wasn't like Scrooge or.
I was gonna say there goes the Christmas past.
Yeah, this wasn't that movie. But and he was trying to resist all the temptation being brought to him. And it's like, I get it because it's like you want to repent, but at the same time, it's like there's just so much temptation in life that sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
Needless to say, no one's going to see this movie because it is so out of print. They only got a VHS of it. Well, no, they got DVD, but it costs like $900, and I'm not spending that kind of money.
Yeah.
But spoiler alert, good always prevails.
Always, yeah.
Yeah, unless you're watching Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things or Radiogram.
True.
Yeah, that's. See, I love zombie movies where no one lives. To me, it's just like you don't always need a happy ending.
Right.
You know, but there's nothing like here we go. The remake of Dawn of the Dead, who we will be meeting, Mekhi Phifer at Motor City Nightmares.
Okay.
You saw the remake, right?
Yeah.
When they got off the boat onto that island and you saw all the zombies coming, they leave it so much for open interpretation that they made it, they didn't make it, blah blah blah. What did you get? Do you think they made it, or no?
I don't think they did.
I don't think they did neither. You know, and funny.
See, I like that they left it open.
Oh yeah, but that was a fantastic remake.
It's so good.
You know, like you can remake a lot of movies, but if you remake a movie that's almost as good, if not just as good as the original, you've done something good. You know, and to me, it's like nothing's worse and better than being able to have zombies that can run.
Yeah, my dad was watching World War Z and he called me. He's like, "Yeah, I forgot how fast they were in that one." And I'm like,
"Oh yeah." You know, but I'm always gonna go back to Return of the Living Dead. That was the first zombie movie where they ran and where they talked.
Yeah,
and was able to put plans together to sabotage an entire police force. But yeah, that zombie movies will always go down as being the best.
Always.
I would say the next tier, in my opinion, saying slasher is just so cliche. But
I was gonna say slasher, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that would be it. I mean, that's where you get your Michaels, your Freddys, and your Jasons. Those are all slashers. But who has the highest body count?
That's a good question.
I actually know the answer to this.
I had a feeling you would.
I looked it up. Jason Voorhees.
It doesn't surprise me.
He has over 200 body count.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy. And he has the most ones on screen.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. You know, but see, Freddy's the only one who can run. And I'm like, is that fair? Because you're in your dreams, you know, your nightmares.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. You know, if you were to star in one of those franchises, which one would you want to star in?
Maybe Halloween.
Halloween?
Yeah.
Would you be the babysitter or would you be the a side character?
Whichever one doesn't get killed.
Well, Michael kills anybody.
I know.
You know,
probably side cast. I don't know.
Well, I mean, let's look at it like this: you could take any character, and they could be the main character.
That's true.
You know, because when they made the original Halloween, yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis was always going to be, and by the way, one of the best scream queens ever.
She's awesome.
But she was always going to be the main survivor. However, any one of those characters could have been the one that lived.
Yeah.
Well, except for the ones who had intimate relations, because it's
right.
If you do that, you die in a horror movie.
Always.
Or if you say "I'll be right back."
Yeah.
I've seen Scream too many times.
I don't split the party.
Yeah. There is a movie out. Have you seen In a Violent Nature? Oh, definitely should check that out.
Okay.
That when you check it out, that'll be one that we do a review on.
Okay.
Because it's kind of it. I don't want to ruin it. It's just good.
It's good. Okay.
Yeah. And then we're gonna go see The Watchers tomorrow, which is the new M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah, I want to go see that too. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go see that. So
go see it.
Yeah, maybe next week we'll do a review on it if you see it. You know, but I don't know. I mean, what scares you in life that's beyond your control? Like, do you think you're being watched sometimes? Do you think it's just like, do you think something's following you all the time and stuff?
Am I allowed to say my manager? I'm kidding. No, yeah, definitely the concept of like when I'm home alone at night and like the lights outside are out and I'm just like, if there's anyone out there, I'm not gonna know, and just the realistic horror of that, and meeting up with strangers that I meet online, because that never goes bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
After watching House of a Thousand Corpses, I'm just like, there are people like that in the real world, and that's just like terrifying.
And you just recently watched that.
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
I'm kind of obsessed with it, not gonna lie. I bought the fried chicken and gasoline sign. I bought that. Gonna put up in my kitchen.
Oh yeah. So what was did you see all of them now or just that one?
Just that one, because I wanted to only watch that one before I talked about it, because I'm like, I'm gonna get them all melted in my head if I watch them all. But I started watching 3 from Hell this morning, but then I was just like, no, not right now.
Yeah. 3 from Hell is actually part 3.
Fair enough.
They got Devil's Rejects, which is part 2.
I heard a lot of people say Devil's Rejects is the best one. I'm gonna make my own decision, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, make your own decision. I won't tell you mine, but I'll wait till you watch it.
My thing is Rainn Wilson was in House of a Thousand Corpses. So
Oh yeah, he was in The Office.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Check out my wallpaper.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about House of a Thousand Corpses.
Let's do it.
Was that not, in your opinion, one of the best, like, kind of retroactive throwback movies?
Uh-huh.
I mean, Rob Zombie knocked it out the park with that one.
Yeah.
You know?
And the scene, the extended scene with the cop when he's got the gun, that just.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Have you? All right. Side note here. Have you seen the new Amazon show Fallout?
No, but I want to.
So the guy who played the cop when it expanded out, he plays the ghoul in Fallout.
He was also in Justified, apparently.
Yep.
Mom's a fan of that show.
Oh yeah.
And like I was watching House of a Thousand Corpses. I'm like, I know that actor from something. I looked him up on IMDb. I'm like, it's my mother's fault that I know who he is.
He was also in The Hateful Eight.
Okay.
That's a good movie, not horror. You know, we tend to do nothing but horror here, but you know, we're fans of it all. Yeah.
We can talk about whatever.
But I don't know. So, favorite scene, obviously that scene, or is that like just up there?
It might just be up there. I mean, I think I really enjoyed the part in the beginning when Rainn Wilson's character's like talking to the guy and like he gets like super freaked out, but then you just find out it's all comedy. It's all for show.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I was sitting on my bed just like cracking up. My dog's like, "What are you laughing at, mother?" I'm like, "Shut up, Ginny."
That was a good movie. You know.
A lot of fun.
And then so the other guy that was friends with Rainn Wilson's character, that's Chris Hardwick. He was the host of The Talking Dead, which came on after Walking Dead.
Right.
You know, and
I recognize his name in the credits. I didn't know what he was from, but I'm like, I know that name.
Oh yeah. I will say though, like I do like the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, see, there's rare incidences where the beginning, middle, and end are great. That's one of those movies.
Yeah. And my thing is like, no one's gonna survive. So like, just like you get attached to these group of characters at the beginning, and then it's like, okay, they're all gone, and then it's like I was watching, and I'm like, I'm suddenly attached to this new character, but she's about to die too. But like, she's not the one I was attached to in the beginning of this film. It's like super weird in my brain.
Oh yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you what your favorite line in the whole movie was.
I don't have a favorite line. That's a good question. I'm gonna have to think on that one.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking about my favorite scene, but it was not a talking scene because it was a scene with Tiny.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh, where he's cereal?
Yeah, the cereal store, and he's just like, "Bye." I'm like, I was like, wait, he's just gonna let her go? Yeah, no, it's the Firefly family.
Oh yeah. You know, it was so good that whenever we like every Halloween we watch it now. You know, we watch that one and Devil's Rejects. 3 from Hell was good, but yeah. But I will say,
I'm excited to watch the other two.
Captain Spaulding, even though he wasn't the main star, he stole the scene every time he was in it.
He's great. And I know it's a super old movie, but the way the movie ends, I was just like, wait, is this actually happening?
Oh yeah. You know, so my thing is the whole family was just crazy.
They're just fucking insane,
And I Sherry Moon Zombie
yeah. Mm-hmm.
playing Baby.
Yeah, she's great.
Like, there's so many times where I can say this person's just acting because that's what they got to work with.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that she's married to Rob Zombie, it was made for her.
Yeah.
And my thing is she killed. Actually, everybody killed it in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this movie was just great.
It's great.
But I don't know. There's just scenes in there that I'm like, yeah, I just want to be hanging out with them people.
Yeah.
Here we go. Who would win, them or the Hills Have Eyes? I mean, that's a good question.
That's tough. Yeah.
Sid Haig, God rest his soul, who played Captain Spaulding, has been in he's a horror icon.
Yeah.
And when he got casted for that, you had a whole new generation of younger people who were watching, in my opinion, acting genius. Because he's a method actor. Whatever he does, he gets into it.
Yeah.
But Otis, can't go wrong with Otis.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, he was the main star of the movie.
Me too. Yeah.
And the thing is I actually met Bill Moseley.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he met him at Astronomicon.
Okay.
But I was talking to him about it, and I was like, filming these scenes, what was your favorite scene of film? What was the hardest scene of film? I can't tell you his favorite scene because it's in part 2.
Okay.
But he said the hardest thing he's ever had to film for these movies, just these movies, was staying in character. He's like, he had to take it home and he had to literally spend time by himself so he could turn it off.
I could see that, yeah. He's like, literally when I watch his scenes, I'm just like, he's so freaking unhinged. Like, couldn't imagine having to do that.
Oh yeah.
As an actor.
And he's good, but he was also in Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 3.
Okay.
He played the main villain, we'll say. What would you rate?
I don't want to say it's too high.
Too high? All right, so 10 being best. Now, I have a 1 through 10, then I have a Hall of Fame. It's in my Hall of Fame.
It's in my Hall of Fame, yeah.
And
I watched it 3 times this week, not gonna lie.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I was like, hey, Dad, you need to come over and watch this movie with me because I need an excuse to watch it again.
I actually was working at the AMC Star Fairlane, so I was able to go see it for free a couple times. And I'm not going to lie, I think I went at least 5 consecutive weekends, 2 days.
Okay.
So
a little better.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to stuff like that, I'm a nerd. So
I know you are.
But it's definitely in my Hall of Fame. Yeah. Have you seen Black Phone?
No, I want to read the short story before I watch the movie, but I haven't done that yet because reading takes effort.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I know. I've been doing some studying lately, and yeah.
I don't think I'm actively reading a book right now. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. How's your second book coming?
Oh, super good, actually. I just wrote in a Rob Zombie reference to book 2 because, gotta do that.
Oh, yeah.
Because, yeah. I mean, there's zombies, so Rob Zombie, of course, has to come on.
Oh, yeah. What's funny is like, I'll be at work, and I got the entire Rob Zombie discography on my iPad, on my iTunes and all that other stuff. Yeah. And so I'll just be listening to it and not even knowing I'm singing that stuff out loud. And people are like, what the fuck are you singing? Yeah. Like I worked with this one guy who every time I start singing a song, he's like, are you fucked up? I'm like, probably. Yeah.
I'm like, just put on some Rob Zombie music and clean the house. That's a good way to amuse yourself.
There's one song in the Devil's in the House of a Thousand Corpses. I can't say the name because it's an explicit name, like very explicit. But you know the store they go to.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yep.
That song.
Mm-hmm.
I play that song and I'm like, it gets me in a mood to where I either need to mess something up or really do some good work.
Yeah.
But it's definitely look up the House of a Thousand Corpses soundtrack. You'll know what song I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But
the store where Goober works.
Yes. Yeah. It's I think it's actually on that pillow over there, but I don't want to grab the pillow because
it is. It's because of that pillow that I watch House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know what other like movies like that do you like?
I genuinely don't think I've ever seen a movie quite that violent.
There's a movie I could let you borrow, but I don't want to do that because it's like House of a Thousand Corpses was very graphic.
Mm-hmm.
The movie I'm talking about makes that look like it's a G-rated movie.
Ah.
So yeah, like when I watched it for the first time, the movie I'm talking about, I can't say the name because it's not good. But
okay.
yeah. Well, I mean, I can, but look up a Serbian film. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, yeah, I know that's one everyone talks about too.
Yeah, if you look that up,
I'm terrified to watch it.
Oh yeah,
I want to. I mean, I will.
Yeah, but there are that movie will mess you up. I'm like, it messed me up. I don't turn movies off, but I had to. The first time I was watching, I was like, wow, very graphic, graphic in nature.
So basically, make sure I'm home alone and paranoid, and then put that film on.
Actually, you're probably going to want to watch it with your dad.
I know.
With the light on and in the middle of the daytime. It's a really fucked up movie. I mean, like, wow.
Yeah, but again, it's one of the ones that like I'm actively not learning anything about because it's one everyone talks about, and I'm like, I just want to go in knowing nothing.
Yes. Yeah. That is definitely the way to watch that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's well, let's talk about Wendigo Pictures for a minute because good friends of the show.
Awesome people.
We know them personally. They're they're like family to us.
Mm-hmm.
They had their second movie coming out later this year. Bad Things Happen Here. Now I would be amiss if I did not mention them at least once every show.
Yeah.
Which I know I've done. But Nick's directing style to me kind of takes me to the point of how Rob Zombie does his.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because it's kind of like he makes it more personable. And yeah, it ain't the big blockbuster Hollywood movies everyone's want, but at the end of the day, sitting at home watching those homegrown movies are always going to be a like just a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
And I want to say that the ever so talented Amanda Denny is the main star of this movie again.
Can't wait.
Go to Wendigo Pictures and check out the trailer for Bad Things Happen Here. It's definitely going to be a treat. And while you're there, pick up some of their merchandise.
Yeah.
And definitely pick up their movie Flesh, which is movie of the year for 2023 with the NC-17 awards.
Yes.
Speaking of that, this year in October, I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to try to get it to where we can do at least one show every day.
Okay.
If possible.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
If not every day, at least watch one horror movie every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we do a show, we have a couple things to talk about. But yes, definitely send in any movie suggestion for Miss Lisa to watch.
Yes, please.
Because guaranteed I've probably already seen it. But I will watch it again.
And my thing is there's just such a vast collection of horror movies out there. I'm like, I don't know where to start. I need guidance.
I mean,
I need to not only watch Adam Green movies as much as I love him.
Hatchet was good.
I like Hatchet. Yeah.
Did you see all of them?
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't like number 2. Can I just say?
Yeah, number 2 kind of.
It was kind of weak.
Yeah. What would you rate part 1?
It's been a minute. Maybe like 8 out of 10.
I was going to say about a 7.
Yeah.
I
always go like one notch up from what you say.
Oh yeah. Well, It had blood and gore.
Mhm.
It had everything a good horror movie needs.
It had the cheese that I like in movies.
Yes. So you would rate it an 8. What would you rate part 2?
Like a 2. No, I don't know. That was painful to watch.
I would say
I wrote a review of it though. I did. It's online somewhere.
I would say part 2 I give a 4.
Okay.
But the only reason I give it a 4 is because it was a decent continuation of part 1,
Mm-hmm.
but mostly because Danielle Harris took over the character of Mary Beth.
Yeah.
And I'm always going to be a fan of her. She played,
great.
oh yeah. She was in Halloween 4, 5, and Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2. And, you know, part 3 was good. But to me, it seemed a little bit rushed.
Yeah.
You know, and then Victor Crowley, well, you can't go wrong with Victor Crowley. It had one of the Impractical Jokers in it. It had a Q. So, you know, but
I remember seeing that being like, what is he doing here? You belong on reality television, sir.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I will say though, like that movie also had one of my other favorite actresses in it, which was Tiffany Shepis. She's been in so many horror movies.
Okay.
You know, but the thing is like she doesn't get enough credit. Like she gets a lot of credit, but not enough credit.
Yeah.
You know. But it was definitely a good series.
Yeah.
You know,
it's fun.
I own them all, of course, you know, because I'm a nerd like that. But
yeah, you are.
I don't know, but Adam Green. What other Adam Green movies you like?
Well, Frozen. That was the first Adam Green movie I ever saw. I was at college and I saw that meme. Oh, hey, I finally saw Frozen. And it's like the wrong Frozen because I've never seen Frozen and I never will. But yeah, I watched that because again, I love just hopeless situations. It's my favorite plot point. And the fact that they were able to make an entire film out of just the kids sitting on that freaking ski lift and just how terrifying that is. Like, I like to actually sit back and be like, what would I do in that situation?
Oh, yeah. Well, so it's funny how I saw that movie. Everyone was telling me about, you know, like there's this movie about the ski lift, but they never told me the name. So I'm at Family Video one day and I'm like, Day of the Past, Family Video. But I'm at Family Video one day and I'm like, do you have a movie where some people are stuck on a lift? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's over in the horror section. I was like, it's in the horror section. Then they were like, yeah, it's called Frozen. So I went over there and I grabbed it and I was like, okay, I'll rent it. 5-night rental, 50 cents, you know. Bring it home. I think I watched it every single day that I had it at the house.
That's good.
You know, and then when I took it back, I was like, do you have this for sale? And they're like, no. So I was like, oh, now I gotta find it.
Yeah.
And I do have it somewhere in here.
I bought it online. I bought it from their website.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But we're gonna get ready to go. I'm going to not mess this up, hopefully. Want to thank our sponsor again, Spin City / Static Tape. They are in Muskegon, Michigan. They have everything from DVD, Blu-ray, VHS, you name it, they got it. Music CDs, vinyl records, action figures, they got it. Posters, you know. And when you go in there, say hello to Harrison. He's the owner of the shop and show. I'm a movie head, but he's the owner of the shop. Good dude. I actually was able to interview him last year at Motor City Nightmares, and we get to do it again this year.
Oh, sweet.
You know, that was before Lisa joined the show. You know, now that she's here, it's going to be fun. But send in some movies requests that you guys want us to talk about. Send in some movie suggestions for Lisa to watch.
Yeah.
You know, and who knows? Maybe we'll do a poll system every episode, and we'll just put 3 movies up that you haven't seen and let the people vote.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. And then also would like to say congratulations to Amanda Denny again for expecting her second child.
Mm-hmm.
You know, birth and life is a gift, and wonderful people like her, you can tell they strive. Well, I can tell she strives to be a good mother.
Yeah.
That's ultimately one of the best things you can do. So congratulations to Miss Amanda Denny again. And I would like to thank Lisa for always being here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she's my ride or die when it comes to NC-17. We'll never go rated R because that's just not us. You know, and PG and all that other crap can stay out too.
Yeah, G.
Oh yeah.
Right.
If we ever go G, you know there's something wrong.
Yeah.
But until next time, I'm gonna say stay NC-17, and hopefully we don't lag next time.
Yeah.
All right, later.